hi Bafethu, I'm back again, Bafethu. Hi Bafethu, I'm back again. It's your boy Simthembile Bafethu, Mzansi Political Journal. So this is article written by William Pungula. It says former President Thabo Mbeki questions SA leadership capabilities. Mbeki hello. Mbeki thinks he's the best president that ever happened after sliced bread. I'm kidding, man. But for real, Thabo Mbeki, he thinks he's him. He thinks he's him in hip hop language. But anyway, who am I? Who am I? I've never been a president. As the world, as the world moves from a unipolar system to a multipolar, former President Thabo Mbeki has questioned whether Africa and particularly South Africa is ready to position itself in the multipolar world order. Delivering his keynote address at the inaugural annual Aziz Pahad Peace, Security and Human Rights Dialogue in Pretoria on Monday. The dialogue was organized by the Department of International Relations and Cooperation DECO in recognition of the contribution of the late former DECO Deputy Minister Pahad. Mbeki described Pahad as the most experienced international government senior official in the 3 previous administrations of the country, saying he would have been very much disturbed by the executive orders that were recently signed by the US President Donald Trump, particularly the drastic increasing of tariffs to influence the use of US dollar in the world. He then questioned the current South African leadership preparedness to position the country in the seemingly coming multipolar system, which he said will soon replace the unipolar world order which is currently existing, where the United States of America bullies everyone because of its financial and military power. Mbeki said with China and Russia growing their economic and political interest in the world, particularly in Africa, the question remains whether Africa especially is ready to position itself in the new world order. But Africa doesn't need to position itself with anyone in the new world order. They need to rise, Baba. They need to unite and protect their resources and sell them for profit to improve their lives. But we cannot do that if you don't think, if you don't want to organize and create nuclear weapons. If we don't do that as a continent, forever. These people will bully us because of their military power, not because of anything else. It's because of their armor and military power. So we need to start thinking of creating nuclear weapons just like them, so that we can protect ourselves. Mbeki said, in light of this, what does Africa do? Minister Deko must lead us to that. One US writer said, the post-World War world order is gone. Western dominance is slipping away. The current world economic order is on the way out. Where does this position us as Africa if this is true? Asked Mbeki. It's supposed to position us in a unique position. We are supposed to be exploiting both these parties. We're not supposed to be aligning with anyone. We are forced to be aligned with the US. We are forced. Now China doesn't force anyone to be aligned with them. Russia doesn't force anyone. So we need to play all these parties. Play the US, play the China for our benefits. But we don't do that. We like to align ourselves. It's like Satan was leave. The former president also questioned what would be Africa's response when the Trump announced the US policy on Africa based on the intelligence report, which suggested that the ISIS group is rapidly expanding in Africa. He said the report is likely to inform Trump's Africa policy as it warns of new attacks on US and its citizens in the world and by Al-Qaeda and ISIS groups. And if you know how the CIA and the US government works, Baba, you need to be worried. Once they involve terrorism, you need to be very worried. I'm telling you. They will just create some chaos so that they can bring order out of chaos. These people. What are the implications of this assessment to Africa? Concludes Mbeki. Pahad served as Foreign Affairs Deputy Minister both under the late former President Nelson Mandela and former President Thabo Mbeki, 1994 to 2008. He was close to Mbeki, and then he Mbeki was recalled in 2008. Padwa also left the government. He died in 2023. He played a major role in convincing the late Iraq ruler Saddam Hussein to allow the international nuclear weapons expert to conduct inspection whether Iraq had weapons of mass destruction, as it was alleged by the US then President George Bush. The report found no weapons of such nature in Iraq, but the US continued to invade Iraq. Because when the US wants something, they wanna get it by force or. So they want our diamonds, our we have diamond, platinum, chrome, we have gold. So do you think they will let us free, scot free? No, they wouldn't, guys. They wouldn't. So we need to be worried about Donald Trump and these people. They're too powerful, guys. They have weapons of mass destruction, but they don't want anyone to create those weapons of mass destruction. Because they don't want any competition, but they hate competition. Please Bafetu, subscribe, like Bafetu. This is Mzansi Political Channel. This is your boy Sim Team Logo Midlana Bafetu. I'm off. See you in the next video.